With the World Championship on the line, it is time for sprint qualifying in Sao Paulo.
That midfield pack is so competitive. That's what Yuki Tsunoda is up against. He's on a better lap.
They have resurfaced this part of the racetrack. Yun-Sao corner all the way to turn 1.
That's trouble for Tsunoda. That's not a good enough lap, and he won't go again. Behrman shows the pace of the Haas. There we go, up into the top 4. The Williams are out there improving. Tsunoda is in trouble.
Alex Albon trying to time things. He's the third car here, so he'll be getting a monster slipstream, and he needs it because he's in the drop zone at the moment. Albon comes across the line, and he goes up to P6. The drop zone is currently Bortoleto, Hulkenberg, Ocon, Colapinto, and Sainz. Here's Max Verstappen with an improvement in the middle part of the lap. He's the driver currently in 5th, but those who are hovering around the drop zone have reason to be nervous as Yuki Tsunoda drops down to P16.
So he's gone with that Tsunoda. I don't think he's going to get round for another lap. No, he won't. The Ferraris aren't out of the woods yet. Leclerc drops to 13th. Both Aston Martins are pushing still. Colapinto's pushing. Sainz is pushing. Ocon's pushing, but not that quickly.
Hadjar got up to P6. Colapinto has improved, but he's right on the bubble.
Okay, Ocon's going to be out. He's made a mistake in his lap, and he will go.
So Ocon in 19th. Sainz, who finished the last sprint race in the top 3, finds himself 20th right now. Charles Leclerc is 14th, needs an improvement, gets to P11.
Antonelli's in trouble now, 14th.
Norris goes to the front of the field. Purple in sectors 2 and 3. Another improvement for Pierre Gasly, who adores this place. Lance Stroll is trying to knock out Colapinto. Stroll's coming through the final corners now. Comes across the line and improves to P12.
And that is your lot. Sainz couldn't improve. A lousy final lap for Carlos, and he's at the back of the field.
Colapinto, Lawson, Yuki Tsunoda in the Red Bull, Esteban Ocon and Carlos Sainz, who adored this format in Austin, but is 20th in Interlagos.
This is Leclerc's lockup, so just braking, trying to get that speed down. I don't think it actually costs him a lot. He managed to release the brakes and get in towards an apex still. Oh, Hamilton does the same thing. So both Ferraris just on the limit of front locking.
Bortoleto goes to 14th position. It is no fairy tale for him when it comes to sprint qualifying.
I don't know if anyone's going to be able to find a huge amount of time. Hamilton needs to. He's in 11th place. We saw the lockup before. There's a yellow flag out, I think.
Charles Leclerc in the Ferrari. It's been lockups before. It's a full-blown spin this time, but Hamilton comes across the line, had to back out of it, and Lewis Hamilton finds himself in 11th place and eliminated from sprint qualifying. On the power, heading to turn 10. And round he goes. A Ferrari looking very tricky right now.
So scruffy.
And it's Lewis Hamilton, Alex Albon, Pierre Gasly, Gabriel Bortoleto and Oliver Behrman who are eliminated in the second part of qualifying.
Piastri's first sector is not good at all. He is well down on Russell, on Norris.
And so pressure for the driver. Second in the points. Antonelli with a quick middle sector. Those are the corners where George Russell was struggling. Antonelli knows how to hit the front of the field in sprint qualifying, and he's gone 0.2 of a second ahead of his teammate.
You can see Piastri's still a quarter of a second down. He's got to find something. He's got one corner to make it up.
Lando Norris is ahead of Antonelli, and now he is going to keep it pinned. He's behind his teammate. We're on board with Oscar Piastri. Piastri goes over the line, and he goes to third, crucially behind both Mercedes. Now Norris trying to punish a difficult lap for the Australian driver, and Lando Norris goes to P1. He's ahead of Antonelli by 0.06 of a second. Piastri with a much more compliant first third of the lap.
Norris finding more time as well. So remember, the fuel load would have burnt off by a couple of laps. That will give them 1/10 of a second or so as an advantage on their previous lap. The tyres, in theory, should be a little bit worse, but the drivers at least know what to expect from it now as Piastri goes around the outside of Antonelli, almost stationary, making sure he doesn't block him.
Alonso's effort is very strong as well. We're into the final minute of SQ3.
Verstappen's first sector is the quickest of anyone. Verstappen is on the prowl. Brand new soft right at the end for the best of the track. Red Bull have gone aggressive, and this is going to be very tight.
There's a lot to cover here. Norris is not improving in the middle sector. Piastri looking for a leap forward when it matters. He'll get past George Russell and improve to third, to the championship leader. This is Lando Norris now looking for an improvement in the final third of the racetrack. He finds it, and improves his fastest time. Verstappen's losing time in the middle. What about Fernando Alonso? Wasn't too far away in the middle sector. Can he do something audacious? Alonso to the line. It's fourth position for the man who is 2.5 tenths of a second away. What can Verstappen do? He's P6. The man who was fastest in the first sector sees the time fall away. And Isaac Hadjar is the driver we're now on board with. He goes to P9. Russell and Antonelli will go again. Russell with a personal best in Sector 1 and Sector 2. George Russell up to fourth, ahead of Fernando Alonso. And now Kimi Antonelli. Well, he can swing for the fences here, can't he? Because he knows he's in a brilliant position to do what he did in Miami and start on the front row. Can he find an improvement? Not in that middle sector.
That'll do it. It was good until then, but the tyres start to give up at the end. He's already done a flyer that's good enough for second, and I don't think Antonelli surely can't improve after that moment.
Over the line, 2 tenths of a second away. It was sprint pole in Miami. It's the front row in Interlagos. Antonelli ahead of his teammate George Russell. And it's Lando Norris, who has a sprint pole at last this year. And he finds himself leading the field away, crucially, with a car between him and his teammate Oscar Piastri. Advantage Norris and sprint pole at the end of SQ3. And Lando Norris has done the first task in front of him this weekend and taken a sprint pole. His teammate not too far away. In the end, 10th between the two McLaren drivers.